My friend, there comes a time when your heart whispers, "This is not who I was meant to be." A time when you realize that the storms around you are not stronger than the power within you. Too often we lose battles not because life was too hard, but because we failed to master ourselves. The truth is, your greatest enemy is not outside. It's the unchecked mouth, the restless mood, the careless spending, and the wandering mind. Every careless word can plant seeds of regret, or it can plant seeds of victory. Every mood you allow to control you will either lift you higher or drag you into darkness. Every decision with your money is a step toward freedom or a step into bondage. And every thought you entertain is either shaping your peace or feeding your fear. You were not created to be a prisoner of your impulses. You were created to live disciplined, victorious, and free. If you can control your mouth, mood, money, and mind, no storm, no devil, and no circumstance can stop you from walking into the future God designed for you. Control within births victory without. There is a power within your mouth that many people never fully realize. Words are not just sounds that fade into the air. They are seeds planted into the soil of your life. Every word carries weight. It can either shape your destiny or shatter your potential. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and what you consistently speak becomes the atmosphere you live in. If you speak defeat, your spirit begins to bend under the weight of your own confession. But when you speak life, even in the darkest night, your words open the door for light to shine through. Every time you declare hope, you push back despair. Every time you confess strength, weakness loses its grip. And every time you declare abundance, lack must bow its head. It is not about ignoring reality. It is about choosing which truth you will give power to. The truth of defeat or the truth of victory. You can change the direction of your life by changing the direction of your words. Words can heal or hurt, lift up or tear down, strengthen or weaken. Think about how many times careless words have destroyed relationships, dreams, or even someone's faith in themselves. Maybe you've experienced it yourself, someone's harsh words echoing in your heart for years. But here's the truth. Just as destructive words can wound, healing words can restore. A kind word, a word of faith, a word of encouragement can be like water to a dry soul. When you speak with purpose, you become not only an architect of your own destiny, but also a builder in the lives of others. Don't underestimate the power of one uplifting word. You may never know how deeply it could change someone's journey. Speak life, not only for yourself, but for those around you, because the ripple of your words can heal places you may never see. Let me share with you a story. A young boy struggled in school, labeled by his teachers as slow and incapable. For years, he carried those words like chains, believing he would never rise above failure. But one day, a mentor looked him in the eyes and said, "You are not a failure. You are gifted. You are capable of great things." Those words pierced through the darkness and planted a new seed in his heart. From that day, he began to believe differently, and his belief changed his actions. That boy grew up to become a successful leader, inspiring thousands with his story. What changed his life? Not money, not luck, not even opportunity. What changed his life were words. Words spoken at the right moment with faith and conviction created a new destiny. This is the undeniable truth. What you hear shapes what you believe, and what you speak shapes what you become. Your mouth is like the steering wheel of your life. Where your words go, your life will follow. If you constantly say, "I can't," you've already shut the door to possibility. If you declare, "I'll never be free," you've chained yourself before the battle even begins. But if you say, "I can do this, I will rise, I will overcome," your spirit rises to meet the challenge. Words are not just empty phrases. They are commands to your future. They instruct your heart to believe, your mind to focus, and your body to act. Imagine the difference if every morning, instead of declaring your weakness, you declared your strength. Instead of saying, "I'm broken," you said, "I am whole." Instead of saying, "I'm lost," you said, "I am guided." Your words prepare the path ahead, and they carry you through when circumstances try to break you. Also, battle in life begins and ends with words. Long before the outcome is seen, the war is won or lost in what you confess. The tongue is small, yet it carries the power to set the entire course of your life on fire or to light the way toward victory. If you want to see change, start with your mouth. Don't speak what you feel, speak what you believe. Don't declare your defeat, declare your triumph. Even when the evidence around you screams otherwise, choose to align your mouth with the future you desire. Speak to your mountains, not about them. Speak life into your dreams, your relationships, your health, and your destiny. What you consistently confess is what you will consistently possess. Your mouth is not just a tool for communication, it is a weapon of transformation. And when used with faith, it will bring forth life where there once was only death. There are moments when emotions rise like waves, crashing against the shores of our hearts. Some days you feel strong and unshakable, and other days you feel like the smallest word, the slightest problem, or the faintest disappointment could break you. Moods shift quickly, but if left unchecked, they will dictate your decisions and direct your future. The truth is, your mood may be real, but it doesn't have to rule you. Mastering your mood is not about pretending you don't feel pain or discouragement. It's about refusing to let temporary emotions make permanent decisions. Every choice you make in a moment of anger, fear, or sadness will either build your destiny or tear it down. Your mood can cause you to speak words you regret, close doors you needed open, or walk away from opportunities you were meant to embrace. But when you rise above your emotions and choose peace, even in the storm, you discover a strength that no circumstance can steal. Think about how many times people have ruined relationships because of a mood. In a moment of frustration, sharp words were spoken and hearts were wounded. Later, when the mood passed, regret settled in, but the damage was already done. Moods are temporary, but the impact of actions taken under their influence can last a lifetime. That is why mastering your mood is essential. When you rule your emotions, you are free. But when your emotions rule you, you live as a prisoner to their unpredictable rise and fall. True strength is not found in how loud you can shout when angry or how quickly you can cry when hurt. True strength is found in the quiet choice to remain steady when everything in you wants to break. Your mood may shout, but your spirit has the power to whisper peace and bring calm to the chaos within. A story is told of a young woman who lost her job unexpectedly. She came home devastated, her mind swirling with fear and anger. Her family noticed her silence, expecting an outburst of frustration, but instead she whispered to herself, "This is not the end, it's the beginning of something new." Though her mood was heavy with despair, she chose to master it instead of letting it master her. Within weeks, she found opportunities she had never considered, and those doors led her into a career far greater than the one she lost. Later she said, "If I had given in to my anger that day, I would have missed the blessing waiting for me." Her story reminds us that moods will come like storms, but storms always pass. The question is, will you let the storm sweep you away, or will you stand firm until the clouds clear? Your mood has the ability to color the way you see life. When your heart is heavy, everything looks darker, and when you feel joy, even ordinary moments seem bright. That is why it is so important to guard your mood, because your perception often follows your emotions. If you allow anger to sit in your heart, soon everything you see will appear unfair. If you allow sadness to dominate, every blessing will feel small, and every problem will feel overwhelming. But when you anchor yourself in gratitude and faith, your mood begins to align with strength instead of weakness. You don't deny the challenges, but you refuse to let them control the lens through which you see life. Mastering your mood means training yourself to look beyond the moment and see the bigger picture. A picture where every trial has purpose and every valley leads to higher ground. Every day presents you with two choices: to be ruled by how you feel or to rule your feelings with faith. Mastering your mood is not a one-time victory, it is a daily discipline. It means when anger rises, you pause before you speak. When fear whispers, you answer with courage. When discouragement settles in, you lift your eyes and declare hope. The mood may still be there, but it will no longer have the power to drive you. And as you practice this discipline, you will find yourself living with more peace, more clarity, and more strength than you ever imagined. Your mood will no longer be the master of your destiny. You will. There are two things that shape the direction of your life more than you may realize: your money and your mind. If your mind is restless and scattered, you will always feel lost no matter how much you achieve. If your money is mismanaged, you will always feel enslaved no matter how much you earn. Guarding your money and mind is not about greed or control. It is about stewardship and freedom. Money is a tool, not a master. And your mind is a garden, not a battlefield. What you allow into your thoughts will grow, and what you allow out of your hands will multiply. If you sow carelessly, you reap regret. But if you sow wisely, you reap abundance and peace. Too many lives are broken because people let their thoughts run wild and their money slip away without purpose. The two are connected. An undisciplined mind often leads to undisciplined spending, and a disciplined mind brings clarity in finance. Guarding both is the path to stability, peace, and purpose. When you don't guard your money, you may find yourself constantly chasing after things that never satisfy. A new possession brings a moment of happiness, but soon the emptiness returns, demanding more. This cycle keeps many trapped in debt, worry, and restlessness. But when you guard your money, you recognize that every resource is a gift to be used wisely. You begin to live not for temporary thrills, but for lasting impact. The same is true of your mind. When your thoughts are not guarded, fear, doubt, and negativity creep in. They whisper lies about who you are and what you can achieve. And if left unchecked, those thoughts begin to shape your actions and limit your future. Guarding your mind means filtering what you allow to settle in your heart. Just as you would not let poison into your body, don't let poison into your thoughts. Every dollar and every thought has power. Where you invest them determines what kind of harvest your life will produce. There was once a young man who worked tirelessly but never seemed to move forward. He earned enough, but his money slipped away on things that never lasted. Worse, his mind was always consumed with fear. Fear of failure, fear of not being enough, fear of tomorrow. One day, an older mentor told him, "If you guard your money like a farmer guards his seed, and guard your mind like a shepherd guards his flock, you will see change." Those words struck him deeply. He began setting aside a portion of his earnings, investing not just in himself but in others. He also began renewing his mind daily with words of hope instead of words of fear. Slowly his life transformed. Opportunities opened, peace replaced his anxiety, and in time he built a life that was stable and fruitful. He often said, "It wasn't that I had less money before, it was that I had less wisdom. When I guarded my money and my mind, everything changed." His story is a reminder that guarding these two areas is not about what you already have, but about how you handle what's been given to you. Your money and your mind are both seeds. How you handle them determines your harvest. If your mind is filled with fear, then fear becomes the soil in which your decisions grow. If your money is scattered without thought, then lack becomes the harvest of your labor. But if your mind is trained to dwell on hope, faith, and vision, then your actions align with growth. If your money is directed with wisdom, generosity, and purpose, then abundance follows. The challenge is not about how much you have, but how much you value what you have. A small amount in the hands of discipline can grow into great abundance, while a great amount in the hands of carelessness can vanish quickly. Guarding your money means telling it where to go instead of wondering where it went. Guarding your mind means choosing what you focus on instead of being led by distractions. Both require intentionality, and both reward you with peace and clarity that money alone could never buy. Every day you are faced with choices: where to spend your money and where to set your mind. Those choices shape your future more than you realize. If you give in to every impulse of spending or every passing negative thought, you will always feel drained and defeated. But if you pause, reflect, and choose wisely, you will build stability and strength that storms cannot shake. Guarding your money and mind is not a one-time action. It is a lifestyle. It is the daily discipline of saying no to what drains you so you can say yes to what builds you. It is refusing to be enslaved by possessions and refusing to be consumed by toxic thoughts. And though it takes effort, the reward is freedom, the kind of freedom that allows you to live with peace, purpose, and power. Your life becomes steady, your heart becomes secure, and your future becomes bright when you choose to guard your money and your mind. Life's greatest victories are not found in the battles outside, but in the battles within. The direction of your destiny lies in how you choose to control your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind. If your words align with faith, you build a future filled with hope. If your emotions are guided by peace, you will not be shaken by storms. If your money is handled with wisdom, you will walk in freedom instead of chains. And if your mind is renewed daily with truth and courage, no force can stop you from living the life you were designed to live. These 4 areas are not burdens, but blessings, entrusted to you to shape your tomorrow. Victory does not come by accident. It comes by choice. And the choices you make today will echo into your future. So guard your heart, discipline your habits, and rise with determination, knowing that what you speak, what you feel, how you spend, and how you think are all seeds that will bring forth a harvest. Speak life, master your mood, guard your money, and discipline your mind, because your future is worth it. Thank you, and may God bless you richly.